Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
In this sacred manual of power manifestation, which serves as a scriptural authority containing the Shastra Pramanas, eternal unchangeable truths, Apta Pramanas, Atma Pramanas, Sakshi Pramanas, and Prataksha Pramanas, we present to you the various powers of Paramashiva. By this, we place before humanity the supreme authenticity of the power manifestation science established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashiva has systematically revealed these powers in their purest forms as various techniques and revelations to experience pure oneness with Paramashiva. As a direct experience of oneness with Paramashiva, his Shaktis powerfully manifest in an initiated being at different levels of human consciousness, physicality, physiology, psychology, and neurology permanently. We offer these power manifestation manuals to celebrate your experience of oneness with the Supreme Paramashiva. Nityanandam.
Nityanandam, Jnanapadati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. His Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has made Science of Power Manifestation Yoga temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam and Nityananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nityananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva.
choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nityananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas are the scientific studies which can be measured, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Nityananda Jnanapaditi for the power of Akashic reading, powerful cognition from Bhagavan Satsang, living Advaita.
I've already started collecting. It is going to be the largest collection on spirituality and spirituality-based theologies and philosophies and religions. मेरा अनुरोध सभी लोगों से है कि निराहार संयम कीजिए. जब आप खाना ना खाकर केवल द्रव पदार्थ लेते हैं, आप पाएंगे कि आप पूर्णत्व स्थिति में फिर स्थापित हो पाते हैं. जब आप otherwise I don't think it is possible. Usually when I pick up a book, I'll straight go to the last chapter and see the conclusion. Then I know what thought trend, from where it starts and how he developed this thought trend and how he is ending. Then I'll read from the beginning. Then I know the essence. It is unfortunate. The great Hindu civilization, embodiment of knowledge pursuit. Our religion is embodiment of the knowledge pursuit. Unfortunately, we lost interest in the pursuit of spiritual knowledge. We have but very little. Not even 1/10 of the Buddhists, what they have. Of course, all our knowledge is turned in the direction of IT, and the whole thing is being useful to Microsoft. I read a story. Obama asked Bill Gates, why are you continuously employing Indians? Don't employ foreigners, especially Indians. Bill Gates says, if I don't employ Indians, there will be another one Microsoft in India. That will be too much of competition. All our energy is used only in that direction. It is time that we get it back. We get that knowledge pursuit, that pattern back in our lifestyle. That lifestyle back in our life. The large spiritual libraries, the large media houses based on this ideology is the only way. That is the only way to establish our knowledge pursuit, and of course, as I said, millions of sannyasis. ये बड़े दुर्भाग्य की बात है कि हिंदू of life, your brain needs to develop a very subtle grooves. Where your brain doesn't get tired to next, and awaken that intelligence. A womanizer will be tired of the words. Womanizer will be tired of the concepts and theories. One day God suddenly appears in front of Adam and says, I have a good news and bad news for you. Adam says, first give me the good news. God says, I have given you two important organs. One, the brain to think. Another one, genital, to enjoy the lust. Then Adam says, after this good news, what can be the bad news? Come on, tell me. Then God says, only one will work at a time. Only either one of it will work. No, I tell you, womanizers can't develop a subtle grooves in the brain which you need for understanding and grasping the subtlest points of life. Usually, when I talk to these sadhus and swamis, monks, just few minutes I can make up. I can make up about their life and background. Anybody who understands the Hindu cosmology, see, if you are a Hindu sadhu, Hindu sannyasi, you will be exposed to the cosmology explained in any one Purana. In Hinduism, at least we have 20 versions of cosmology, which is amazing. If you read all the 20, you will understand all 20 are the components, one dimensions of cosmology. Such beautiful cosmology. So any sadhu who has grasped cosmology will be a celibate, will be a great sadhu. Because only with the celibacy, the subtle grooves which gets developed in your brain can grasp cosmology. Hinduism has many components. Of course, time is up, so I'll expand on this maybe in the coming satsangs. The life solutions everybody understands. That is why you see every street has one yoga guru. Blow the nose, inhale, bend the back. It's very easy. The physiology based and psychology based components of Hinduism. But why people don't build temples? Because it is cosmology based. why these modern day gurus don't build temples? Because it is cosmology based. I tell you, don't go to a guru who does not understand temple concept, because it's a whole pot. He will be pothole in your life.
Let's move to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of remote viewing or Akashic reading is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Akasham vimalam pashyan kritva drishtim nirantaram स्तब्धात्मा तत्क्षणात् देवी भैरवं वपुराप्नुयात् आकाशं विमलं पश्यन् कृत्वा दृष्टिं निरन्तरां स्तब्धात्मा तत्क्षणात् देवी भैरवं वपुराप्नुयात्.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, looking at the spotless, infinite etheric space, Akasha, beyond the sky and clouds, one should fix one's gaze without blinking continuously and make the body and inner space steady and motionless. In that way, very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and powers of the infinite space, Bhairava. Beautifully, Bhagavan says how we just merged into the Akasha, simply we attain the nature and power of infinite space, Bhairava. We become the nature. How beautiful Bhagavan describes that the very nature of us is completion. The very nature of us is fulfillment, enlightenment. But unfortunately, we forgot the very nature by start living with our thoughts and start experiencing that as perpetual reality, as our reality. The minute we establish that our original space as the reality, simply we merge into Devi and experience the infinite space Bhairava. Bhagavan beautifully says how we have to be in completion. The constant completion, perpetual completion is we don't even know that there is an incompletion about that. There's a beautiful story Bhagavan says when one of the very worst habit person and womanizer, everybody who he is, he went to Ramakrishna and Sharada Devi. Sharada Devi was there. He went and told Sharada Devi that I'm a very bad person. I do everything wrong. I want to come out of it free. Sharada Devi did not see him but gave him a leaf with her left toe, moved to him. And after that, after many years, he writes a reminiscence saying that he was once in the state of incompletion with himself. He remembers that he was in such a state only after so many years. To that extent, he has forgotten everything that has happened in his life, which led to him into incompletion. That is what Bhagavan says. You become more and more the world, the ultimate world, where you don't bring your judgment and ideas and view. You don't have the my world, which is only projected by you in your own perception. Simply you will fall into the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Our decision to be in the ultimate or our decision to be in the confusion. That depends on us. Bhagavan beautifully says, only we are deciding how we want to exist. The original space, who we are, is the Brahman. On any of these Shivaratri or any special day, Ramana Maharshi will come running and sit outside to see the people doing the Girivalam. And he'll say, all these people are Arunachala. Continuously, he'll hold them as Arunachala. They can stay, they can eat, they can do whatever they want, meditate. But they're all called Arunachala. And Ramana Maharshi comes running to see them. The beauty is they live in that space, so they see everybody happening in that space only. Such a beautiful, powerful cognition. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishi and scientist who time tested and verified the science of power manifestation. Here we have Sri Raghavendra from the website, official website, that Raghavendra gets signal from the divine about the time for him to depart to the Vrindavana as desired by him. Raya Ro summoned his closest disciples and Divan Venkana and told them of his intention to enter into Vrindavana live. The devotees were devastated, but they could not change the decision since it was the divine's will. They wanted to know when he would do so, but he told them that they would find out at an appropriate time. One day, Rayora was sitting outside under a tree, conducting a Shastra Patha for his disciple. He suddenly stood up, looked at the sky, and folded his hands in reverence. His disciple was surprised by this, but they also stood up and did exactly as he was doing. Within a moment, the fragment tulsi garland fell around Raya Roa's neck. When they pressed him for the explanation, he told that I just saw Krishna Dvapaina going in the heavenly chariot to Vaikunda. He saw Krishna going to Vaikunda. I asked him when my turn would come, and he held up his index finger, middle finger, 3 times. He finally blessed me by throwing this mala on me. The disciples were greatly intrigued by this and wanted to know the significance of the 222. Ayara smiled and told them, it means that I have 2 years, 2 months, 2 days left for entering into Vrindavana. The disciple calculated the data and concluded that it would be Vrido Khurt Samvasara and Sharvana Krishna Praksha, second day in the dark half of the moon in the Hindu year of Virodhikurt. The year name and the date name, everything was revealed to them exactly what Raghavendra wanted. Raghavendra was such a great devotee of Krishna. Krishna himself gave a Tulsi Mala and told him when he can come to the Vaikunda. Such was his pace, and such was his clarity. And what Krishna gave, Tulsi Mala, was seen by everybody in this plane. That is what Bhagavan always says. If you are able to bring from some other dimension to this dimension, simply you have manifested the powers of Paramashiva. So here Raghavendra clearly shows how he was experiencing the higher dimension and how he was giving his disciple the same experience. With that, let's go to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana are Leelas of Bhagavan. Now let's go to the Akashic reading of it.
Were a separate part from the whole. So, it is not the Creator who made you forget your prarabdha. It is your strong, rebellious mind which decided to say no to the whole creation that made you forget the prarabdha. Now, the more you accept the existence as it is, the more you accept the various kaleidoscopic experiences of different consciousness happens in you as it is, you will realize your prarabdha. This is the process Mahadeva wants to initiate all of you. I tell you all, by sitting for 21 days without moving from a place and witnessing all the different states of consciousness happening in your body and mind and inner space, you reach a space where prarabdha becomes seen, perceived, experienced directly by you.
The next question is from Shrikant Gopi. He is asking, Dear Kala Bhairava, why God created this world? God disguised as human being, created suffering, tried to resolve and try to give enlightenment. All seems like a meaningless game from the highest perspective. God creates, God incarnates, God gets enlightened. What is this game about? Please clarify.
My dear son, what you described itself is an answer. Only one thing you need to understand. You need to remove that word, highest perspective. That is the only perspective. God incarnates, God gets enlightened, God plays this whole role, and God plays with himself. It is like a child playing with his own body. God is playing with his own body. It is not highest perspective. This is the only perspective. Realize that, my son, you achieved the true realization which I wanted to share with humanity.
The next question is from Ma Atma Niranjani from Chennai. She is asking, we are sending these questions as the answers to these will have a deep relevance to pregnancy care program. We would love Swamiji to speak on what happens when a pregnant lady seeks the blessings of an enlightened master. This would be of great help in bringing down enlightened souls. Thank you.
When a pregnant lady is touched by the enlightened being, the bio-memories of the enlightened being gets into the body of the child in her womb.
The umbilical cord is the part of the body which is built with more percentage of emotion and less percentage of flesh and blood. As this part is built with more percentage of liquid emotion, less percentage of solid flesh and blood, the energy received in our body by the blessing or the touch of an enlightened being directly goes and gets stored in the biomemory of the child. When the child's biomemory is stored with highest truth and the true remembrance of its eternal oneness with the existence, it attracts a soul which never feels itself as separate from the whole. As it never feels itself separate from the whole, the part continues to be the part of the whole. From the beginning, it does not feel separate and grows, expressing its whole consciousness as Jivan Mukta.
The next question is from Sri Nitya Jnana Prabhananda. He is asking, what is the difference between soul leaving from one body to another body by yogic powers and taking birth as a newborn baby? How a baby chooses to express his or her feelings through particular action like crying and laughing. Why should it not laugh for sorrow and cry for happiness? Thank you.
The ability to relax from the reflections of your nervous system consciously without breaking your identification with the whole is the Parakaya Siddhi. The ability to move from one body to another. The ability to move from one body to another can be used while you have one body, entering into another one body and coming back to the same body which you left. It is called Parakaya Siddhi. It is called Parakaya Pravesham. When you leave this body once for all and take another one new body and never come back to this old body again, it is conscious birth. So understand the truth about the ability to leave one body and enter into another body. The next truth you need to know, when you do not have the ability to move from one body to another body, keeping your awareness of the identity intact, even then if you try to get rid of one body, it is called suicide. The suicide only damages your identity, breaks it into so many pieces without you becoming one with the whole, as this self-destruction causes a severe damage in the process of you becoming one with the whole. You needed to assume again and again various bodies in which the healing, the self-healing can happen, which is an antidote for the self-destruction which you did. Then after the self-healing happens, only then your journey to experience the oneness of the whole with the whole begins. So destruction of your individual body without the ability to keep the individual awareness intact
is considered as sin, as it delays your journey to be with oneness of the whole.
The next question is from Janani from Singapore. She is asking, what does a conscious birth signify? Does every conscious birth child get enlightened in their birth?
Every conscious birth is beginning of enlightenment. Once the conscious birth happens, enlightenment is not a big journey. It is only a choice. So usually, all the beings with conscious birth enters into enlightenment. If not, they may choose to stay back in that very state and continue to have few more births out of their free will. But any conscious birth being is considered already on the fast track to enlightenment.
The next question is from Ma Nitya Ramya from Singapore. She is asking, Nityanandam, why does a soul take a conscious birth?
By the strong experience of disillusionment of your projection of fear or greed, when the part is strongly hit, it searches, it seeks the source to which it can unload. The strong shock or the hit it received by the disillusionment, when it turns towards the source to unload its stress and the difficulty due to the disillusionment, it suddenly remembers its source, and the moment of remembering your source and coming face to face with the whole, you remember the secret of your birth, as birth does not happen at all. The moment you remember the secret of your birth, whether you change the body or not, you are conscious birth.
Shakshi Pramana are experience of millions of devotee disciples all around the world initiated by Bhagwan. Now let's hear from one of the Balasans.
Video, I want to talk about the Akashic reading experiences I've had in Gurukul. So in the Nityananda Gurukul, the school I'm studying in right now, Swamiji has initiated the kids into many various different powers. One of it being the Akashic records, the one which I love the most till today, till Swamiji gives the next power. Okay, so in this Akashic reading, what we do, we sit as a medium, we sit as a channel to allow Kala Bhairava's energy, the Lord of Time, who has all the happenings of the past, present and future in a book which is called the Akashic Records. So when we access these Akashic Records, we allow Kala Bhairava's energy to land into us. So this is a very powerful energy, and the deity you see behind me is called the Chitsabha Nayakar. So we do this in a place called the Chitsabha, and this deity is like the representative of the Akashic Records, and from this deity, when we sit for the Akashic Records, golden letters appear as the answers for any question from the past, present or future. So how we do this, it's a very sacred process. So we do the puja, we wear jewelry, and we wear many things which allows Kala Bhairava's energy to be able to stay in us. And then we sit on the Simhasana and we do the Akashic Records. So anyone can come forward, they'll do Namaskar to us. And at that time, we won't even be feeling like we are human anymore. It'll be like a totally out of the world experience itself. Like you can physically feel that your brain, like you stop thinking, like cognizing the way you normally do. It just starts downloading, the answers just simply start downloading, the body language, everything changes. It's just an amazing experience.
With this, let's go to the instruction for manifesting the powers, and Pratyakta Pramana to understand the science behind the power manifestation.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science behind Akashic reading. As time exists simultaneously as a dimension of space, all energy or information, energy is nothing but subjective information, is waiting to be decoded depending on the parameters and objects used. To explain this with a simple analogy, electricity is coded energy and is decoded in an object called a light bulb, and thus manifests as the light. At a classical level, all information is stored in bits in computer language as a binary of 0 and 1, which is then decoded by the software of the computer. As mentioned earlier, at the quantum level, information is stored as qubits. These qubits of information are present across the entire fabric of the cosmos and represent the entire information held within the cosmos in time and space. Interestingly, at the quantum level, the binary system exists as 0 and 1 separately, but happens simultaneously and concurrently, such that both 0 and 1 exist at the same time. Information regarding past, present, or future of a quantum nature is available, waiting to be decoded, but at the present moment, there exists no technology in science which can work as a true quantum computer and has the software to understand all the information and underlying principles of the cosmos. Biologically, the human brain has been linked to the equivalent of quantum computer. An avatar in the form of being, like Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, is able to access the qubits of information stored across the cosmos as Akashic readings, as he himself is both the software and the hardware, the subject and the object of the quantum universe. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 3, Akashic Reading, page 90. We will now introduce a video on Retrieve Your Akashic Records by the Avatar himself, Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, on the morning of 29th March 2011 at Biridhi Ashram, Bengaluru, India.
Please understand, any action you do just based on the physical body will leave its wave on the archive in physical layer. All your physical actions get gathered and archived in the physical layer of the cosmos. Understand? Even a small act you do, like a simple eating, gets recorded in your file in the cosmic physical archives. Same way, any small thought crosses your mind, like, I think I should go and lie down and sleep. Even this simple thought gets recorded in your mental layer as a file and stored in the cosmic archives. Anything happened from the beginning in all 7 levels, in all beings, is available alive. Understand? 3000 years before, when you were in the pig body or buffalo body or elephant body or dinosaur body, what you thought on particular day and particular moment can be retrieved without any corruption or mismanagement or alteration. Whole thing is available. If the action which you did is performed from the first layer, it will be available in first layer file. If it is from second layer, it will be available from the second layer file. If it is from third layer of your body, it will be available from third layer of the file. But one important thing is, billions and billions of first layer files are available.
Millions and millions of second layer files are available. But only thousands of third layer files are available because people don't function from second layer and third layer. Understand? So when you go deeper and deeper and deeper, only few thousand or few hundred files are available from the seventh layer actions.
Each individual's DNA holds its personal Akashic records. Science says that the human species has evolved with a two-stranded DNA, which is found in every cell, which determines the form as well as the potential diseases and skills we can have. Scientists are very clear that what we think is not our original blueprint because we are able to study only one part of the DNA till now. The other unrevealed part, which scientists have not been able to study or logically understand its function, they have labeled as junk DNA or shadow DNA. Scientists are absolutely right when they say there are two parts in the DNA, and one part which they are able to study is responsible for the form and diseases. The other part is what is responsible for our spiritual gifts. I tell you, the other part is what carries all the siddhis and superhuman powers. I can say the part which is already discovered is junk DNA. The part which is not yet discovered, or maybe I can use the word yet to be realized, it is this part that contains information about who you really are on a level of spiritual beingness. It is that part to which I gave the name Jivatma, the individual consciousness, or individual self DNA. It is that part which carries our divine personality. By His Divine Holiness Sri Nityananda Paramashivam.
Setting up for things for reading the Akashic reading of finding the birthdays. Camera with the timestamp, Jnananjan, pencil and paper, Atma Murti, and partner. Partner explain to the partner step by step how you will be understanding the whole thing, revealing everything and sharing everything and verifying everything. And let's go to the setting up the camera. Download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the time is shown on the screen vividly and clearly. Make sure the camera is facing you and the partner and the recording is done very clearly. There's a bright place and no background sound. And these are Shakti Avishkarana video. Make sure all the recording is done very beautifully. Don't miss the moment of capturing the greatest happening. Guidelines: turn on the video camera, apply the Jnananjan on your third eye, bring your awareness to the third eye, do the Guru Puja, offer the Guru Puja, ask the partner to write the names and birth dates and show it on the camera. Now scan and write the birthdays names for the names provided through the third eye. What appears on Atma Murti in golden letters. Verify what is revealed are the same birthdays written for each of the person clearly by the partner in front of the camera. If it matches exactly, wonderful, you have manifested the power. If you have just feeling of Kundalini energy or some part of it is correct, wonderful, you have started manifesting the power of Akashic reading. Please celebrate by more and more sharing those videos. Verify the video is authentically recorded by step showing it in the camera and how its revelation has happened. Share with your friends and family with powerful cognition and listen to others' experience of manifestation for more entanglement.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form.
It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers. They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nityananda. Nityananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone. Nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम्। Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pool, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process. No video editing for Shakti Avishkarna videos. No starting and stopping during the process of manifestation. All videos are verified with the timestamp and wide angle, no clue or hint while manifestation, no Bluetooth or gadget during manifestation. If you'd like to use Garbha Aushadha Mandala process, please do so. Authentically write all the names and match it exactly as you get revealed, and do not tamper the data. The birthdays should be perfectly correct. Whatever the birthdays have been relieved for the names that is available. And once the birthdays are correct, it matches exactly. Wonderful. Please go ahead and verify the details and do not tamper the birthdays or the names, and make it as authentically as possible. Thanks for participating in finding out the names and the birthdays for the names mentioned.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra. Thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the power manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnanapatati, Nityananda Jnanapatati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nityananda.
Om नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम्